So I've been asked to leave this park and I agreed to leave, but now I'm being detained for no suspicion or reasonable articulate reason why. After being asked to leave, I said I would leave, but her vehicle's in the way. So she refuses to move the vehicle and now is asking for my ID.
This incident took place in Albany County, New York, where Uber driver Jay Kelleher was simply charging his electric vehicle at a public charging station located inside a park near Airline Drive. According to Jay, he's used this station dozens of times without issue. On this night, however, a female deputy from the Albany County Sheriff's Office approached him, claiming that he couldn't be in the park. Jay began recording after the initial exchange, which already put him in a defensive position. He explained that he was willing to leave immediately, but her patrol car was blocking his only exit. Instead of resolving the situation by moving her vehicle, the deputy escalated matters by demanding his identification.
Do you have a camera on right now? Because I'm going to request that, because since you said for me to leave and I agreed with you and I was going to leave, but your vehicle's in the way and then you asked to see my ID after I agreed to leave.
Because technically speaking right now, you are trespassing.
Okay, but in order to be trespassed, I have to first be warned and then not take that warning and leave.
The first thing you said after I told you you had to leave was, where does it say I have to?
Exactly. I can ask you where it is posted that says that, because I didn't see it pulling in or anything. Because I came this way.
The officer comes up to them and says, hey, by the way, you can't be here. You got to go.
Okay. And excuse me?
Yeah.
That's tyrannical. Yes, it is, because if there is no rules or anything with those a public chair.
I'm going to ask you again, are you going to give me your ID or not?
No, I'm not. Why? Because I haven't committed a crime, because you asked me to leave and I said I will leave, but I also was like, I don't see a sign. And this is a car rental, by the way. I work for Uber and I was just coming over here to charge because that parking lot is filled and I'm waiting for rides. I'm not giving you my ID, so please give me the crime that I committed. But I said I would leave just because I asked you, because I don't see a sign. Okay, and I'm not going to give you my ID. Okay. I did say I would leave, but then as soon as I said your vehicle's in the way, you asked for my ID.
Confrontational with you.
I can talk to you any way I would like to.
Why you are currently here.
And I said I would leave, but your vehicle was in the way, and now you're asking for my ID. I'm going to be filing a huge complaint now with your department. Miss, you can say whatever you would like to, but I'm going to be filing a complaint against you. I know, I will. But you told me to leave, and I said I would leave, but your vehicle's in the way. Your camera's on, so we can go over that.
You can absolutely.
And I said I would leave. First, I asked you. I didn't see it was posted because I just wanted to charge my car because I'm an Uber driver, and I'm
investigating why you are here after dark, and you are refusing to give me your ID.
Because I didn't commit a crime.
By trespassing and...
But there was no sign coming in, and then once you told me to leave, I said I would leave. But then I said your vehicle's in the way. You didn't ask for an ID until you said I want your ID, and I can talk any way that I would like to talk, miss.
It becomes a point where I will absolutely...
Hey, dude, not for nothing. I just got here, but thing is, like, nighttime, you're in a...
And a public charger with an electric vehicle.
Here's the thing, though.
But I didn't commit any crime.
I'm not even going to go to the crime part, right? But when we have a conversation...
Yes.
And if I'm being disrespectful and confrontational from me to you, like, that's not cool, right?
Look,
listen,
but I know my rights. And first, I have to be...
I get that I know my rights thing, but as humans and as, like, normal people that exist in the world, if I go, hey, dude, how's it going tonight? Hey, listen, could you maybe
Right from the start, the officer's approach was problematic. New York state law is clear. Under criminal procedure law, section 140.50, an officer may demand identification only when they have a founded suspicion that a person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime. Simply sitting at a public EV charging station plugged into the charger does not meet that standard. Jay agreed to comply with the officer's request to leave, which should have ended the encounter right there. Instead, the deputy insisted he was trespassing despite the absence of any posted signs restricting access, a point Jay raised multiple times. To understand why this matters legally, we need to break down the trespass statute. In New York, penal law section 140.05 defines trespass as knowingly entering or remaining unlawfully on premises. But the key here is unlawfully. If the land is open to the public, or if no signage is posted to indicate restrictions, a person is not trespassing until they've been asked to leave and then refuse. Jay was never refusing. He explicitly said he would leave, but physically could not because of the officer's vehicle. By definition, that does not satisfy the elements of trespass. When backup arrived, including a male officer, things took a turn for the worse. Instead of correcting the situation, the second officer doubled down, framing Jay as confrontational and even dismissing his invocation of rights as just the "I know my rights" thing. This is concerning because the right to remain silent and the right to refuse unlawful ID demands are not some internet gimmick. They're established constitutional protections. Ignoring them only deepens the perception that officers were prioritizing feelings of control over legal boundaries. It's also important to highlight how the officers misapplied trespass law to justify their demands. Under penal law section 140.10, criminal trespass in the third degree requires proof that the property was fenced, enclosed, or posted against intruders, or otherwise restricted. None of that applied here. Even the supervisor later admitted there was no signage visible from the entrance Jay used. At most, the situation was a misunderstanding that should have been resolved with a simple, "Okay, thanks for leaving." Turning that into an ID demand was an unnecessary escalation.
Going tonight. Hey, listen. Could you maybe...
I'm sorry, that light's really just shining right in my eyes.
Not for nothing. When she says somebody's uncooperative, I come over here, I don't know you. All right?
Fair enough.
So the thing is, if she's asking you...
Can I just move over there so that light's not in my eye?
Absolutely.
Please?
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But at the end of the day, you're a human, I'm a human. We talk to each other like humans. I understand she's not trying to write you a ticket. She's not trying to arrest you. It's not a "I know my rights" thing at this point. We're just trying to have a conversation. If she has to say that you're being uncooperative and I have to drive over here fast, that's a problem, right?
I actually asked for a supervisor. That's why she called.
No, she said uncooperative. That's what I heard. Okay.
Okay. Well, I asked.
The thing is, though, I understand what you're saying. What are you being arrested for? Are you being arrested for something?
I'm asking, am I being detained right now?
Are you getting a ticket?
Am I being detained? That's what I said. And I said, okay, but your vehicle's in the way. And after I said that, she was like, "Show me your ID." And I'm going to be asking for the body cam footage of it so I can prove that.
For what?
Well, I'm just saying if this is escalating, because I got four people with guns right now in front of me. Okay, and I said I would leave.
Here's the problem. She asked you a question, right? You want a supervisor for something you're not in trouble for, right?
No, but she asked for my ID.
Okay, she can ask you for your ID.
And I can decline it.
If you're not supposed to be parked back here, I don't know what the sign says, but
that's the thing. I didn't see a sign, and this is a public charger, and I've been here 36 days in a row.
I'm going to tell you right now that millions of interactions happen between people in law enforcement and civilians all day, every day, right? It doesn't always have to be, I need to see your ID and I did something wrong. Sometimes we just want to have a conversation, right? And generally that's all. She's probably looking to see who's parked here in the back of this lot. People have overdosed and died here, okay?
People have walked into the woods and just...
People have been lost. We have to check because it's unusual for somebody to be parked here. I understand you have an electric vehicle and you're maybe parked to charge your vehicle, but your vehicle's not plugged in.
Because I unplugged it when she came. All
right.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm giving you a scenario. All right?
And I'm just...
At the end of the day, we're just trying to make sure everybody's safe.
Okay. Can I just ask something right now?
Of course you can.
Am I detained?
No.
Then I'm going to leave.
All right. So let me say one thing first. All right. When we have conversations, right, and she asks you for ID, I'm going to explain to you why. All right. We want to know who we're talking to. Just like at the end of the day, you want to see our body cams, right?
Yeah, but at the same time,
Right, but here's the
do
thing.
you guys uphold the Constitution?
Of course you do.
Then don't give me this slack about, hey, because unless if I committed a crime and first I have to be trespassed from a place, I'm not trespassing this second. She asked me to leave.
That's not totally true. If it says you can't be here, which I don't know.
Do you mind if I walk around and just film and just take a look? Because actually on the app, I'm not trying to give anything, but on the app itself for this charger, it says public accessible. It doesn't have a time frame on it. Maybe one of you guys, so this problem doesn't come around again, someone bring this attention up to the town of Colony so it can do this.
I'm gonna stop you for 1 second. Nobody's gonna stop checking vehicles back here because we do it for the safety of the individuals that may be lost. Doing drugs back here and overdosing. Maybe somebody gets, into a situation that's not good with somebody that's underage, which we've had before. So at the end of the day, man, we're not here to do
Excuse me. Really?
a few things unlawful,
Really?
right?
I'm just going to look for the sign that says this. But I mean, I did not see any sign. No motor vehicles. No sign over here that says park is closed at a certain time. None over here. And I still can't leave because there is multiple police vehicles here.
Yes, sir.
Good. I've been told I could leave. I'm not being detained.
No, that's true. I just want to advise you. I'm the supervisor. She said yes for supervisor. I just want to talk to you.
Okay.
There's, like you said, there is no signage over here.
Yeah. And
I didn't realize there wasn't anything over here that says that. The only signage is on the gate over in that parking lot.
but if I come from that way into here, am I going to see it?
Absolutely. I understand that. That's why, like I said, you're free to leave. We're not,
Okay. Well, she told me to leave in the first place. And then as soon as I said I can't leave because your vehicle's in the way, that's when she asked for ID.
Okay. I understand that.
And at that point, was I being detained if she was asking me for ID?
Well, she's probably looking into what you're doing here and everything. You're sitting over by the pond.
But she even said that it was plugged in, charging. So,
right.
I mean, it doesn't take an Einstein to figure out what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like literally, I'm always in this airport. I'm always around here. I'm an Uber driver.
Okay.
And like literally, so I sit here and charge so my battery doesn't die.
Okay. I get that. But like I said, I'll speak to them so that there's signage over here as well. Like I said, there's a sign on the gate over there. There's just nothing. Like you said.
Yeah, and if you go online on the app, it doesn't have a time frame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know if the state or the city, wants to contact and just making sure that, you know, because on the app, when we see that it's available, and a lot of them have time frames, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And if I come in and
no, like you said, there
I
is
didn't
no
see a
signage,
sign.
so I understand.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we're on the same
Thank you,
page?
Sheriff. Yes.
All right, sir.
Thank you. What's your name?
Kendrick is my last name.
Badge number?
5'4". It's not listed anywhere, but
It's all good.
Sergeant Kendrick.
Thank you, Kendrick.
Sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Eventually, a sergeant identified as Sergeant Kendrick arrived and handled the situation more professionally. He confirmed that signage was indeed lacking in the area Jay entered from and essentially allowed him to leave without charges. This shows the whole ordeal could have been avoided if the first responding deputy had either moved her car or simply clarified the rules without pressing for ID. Instead, Jay was surrounded by multiple officers with weapons, all over something that started with him charging a car in a public spot. So here's the bigger question. If a citizen agrees to leave and there's no posted signage or criminal act, why are deputies treating ID demands as mandatory? Cases like this highlight the tension between community trust and law enforcement overreach. Jay wasn't belligerent. He was asking valid questions. The law was on his side, and even the supervisor admitted as much. But instead of de-escalating, officers reinforced feelings over laws. What do you think? Did Albany County deputies cross the line here? Or was this just poor communication? Drop your thoughts in the comments.